This is Ujjayi Breath. Ujjayi Breath is a breath that you may be familiar with, and you might have seen it in a lot of your asana practices. Many different styles use Ujjayi Breath as a way to connect body and mind and to help create a moving meditation. Breathwork in itself can be meditative, can also be a challenging practice, but Ujjayi is one of those practices that's relatively straightforward and accessible for almost all levels. We'll talk through today how to do Ujjayi Breath, what it's all about, its benefits, and then we'll do a practice together. The word Ujjayi translates to victorious. So this is a victorious breath. It's an audible breath. You can really hear it in your own body, hear yourself breathing. And if you're practicing with others, you may be able to hear your neighbors breathing as well. This breath has been described as oceanic breath. It's been described as Darth Vader breathing. And I like to think of it as fogging up a mirror with your lips sealed. And so what that means is we're creating a ha, like a warming breath sensation, but breathing in and out of our noses. And through the fact that we're breathing in through our nose and out through our nose, you're creating a slight constriction in the back of your throat, a smaller space to draw air in. And that allows you to slow down your breath. Also, because we're breathing in through our nose, we're warming the breath as it comes into the body. And as we're breathing out of our nose, we're also creating that long, slow breath and feeling that warm breath moving out of our body. Lots of different ways to teach it, but my favorite is to have students take their hand and bring it in front of their face. And so as if you're fogging up a mirror, open your mouth and say ha, and you can feel that heat on your hand. We'll do that a couple of times. That's the idea that we're going for, and that's that slight constriction at the back of your throat. So while you don't want to think of choking or kind of coughing, and you also don't want to think about a sniffle breath through your nose, you're creating that through your nose, in and out both directions. Slight constriction, a warming sensation in your throat. And this breath can be performed lots of different times through your day. Perhaps if you're feeling stressed out, need a moment to reconnect. In your yoga practice, from the beginning to the end, we typically release this breath when we move into shavasana or final meditation. You could certainly perform it in meditation. Anytime you need a moment to reset, come back, realign body and mind, this is a really powerful breath practice to do so. We usually don't see this breath in a yin practice. So this is more of a heating, warmer class, a hatha, a vinyasa. Any hybrid or hatha style classes would employ this Ujjayi or warming breath, where our yin practices or restorative practices that are a little bit more cooling or a little bit more relaxing, we'd probably just use a regular deep breath or a simple breathing pattern. So let's work through this together. You can find a comfortable seated position. And Ujjayi can be performed seated, lying down, standing, in a posture. I like a tall seat to really lengthen spine and feel the breath move in and out, at least when you're starting out. Eyes can be open or closed. And take one more time, hand in front of your face, find that ha sensation, that heat. And then seal your lips and breathe in through your nose, thinking about that constriction in the back of your throat. Breathe out through your nose, same thing, think about your ha. And then continue like that. You might be able to hear my breath, if not, certainly hear your own breath as you're moving in and out. And as you continue with your Ujjayi breath, see if you can match the length of your inhales and your exhales. As we breathe in, we're filling up with air. We're activating our sympathetic nervous system, the flight or fight, the reactive mode. And as we breathe out, we're activating parasympathetic nervous system, rest, digest, healing mode. So if you find you need a little bit more energy today, a longer inhale will serve you. And if you find that you're stressed out or anxious and need a little bit more grounding energy, a longer exhale will serve you. And we'll continue like that for for a couple more minutes, in and out through your nose. Take a couple more rounds of breath. And then release that control of your breath. And simply notice how you feel right now. Because we can both control our breath and it moves automatically through our body when we're not thinking about controlling it, the breath is a really awesome way to start to connect to our nervous system, to start to manage some of the things in our body that might be more automatic, and start to find a sense of control or mastery over those senses, and see how you feel when you've finished.